station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm here with Juan González and Fernando Martínez, also known as Burnin. Percebes?
Yeah.
Percebes? All right. Of the fantastic Golem affair, which I really enjoy. It's really fun. So, can you give people an idea of what the fantastic Golem affairs is, if they're not aware yet?
Well, the Fantastic Golem Affairs is last film, and is this story about a guy who falls down from a building and shatters, and how his friend try to understand what the fuck has happened.
Right. Yeah, that old story. We've heard that a million times. But what inspired the story? What inspired the idea?
Well, like a few years ago, we saw this movie, Top Secret, and there is a scene in this film where one warrior punches another, well, like a German military in the face, and he falls down from a tower. And when he hits the ground, he breaks in tiny pieces. And in the film is basically a gag. Like they don't give any support to this fact. But we thought, like, imagine that happens to someone in your family. Like, imagine that someday you just arrive home and then your mom or your sister or whatever tells you, like, okay, your dad broke into tiny pieces. So, what could happen next? And that's like the point that we try to make a research about in this film.
Yeah. When you're pitching that idea to like other actors or people that's involved in the movie, what do they think when they first hear the idea?
I mean, the only thing you can think is that's awesome. No, like,
I agree, but I don't know if everyone's is the same mindset as me.
I guess people who didn't like it are not in the film.
That's very true. Yeah, I guess if you're like, I don't know about that, like, no, you're probably not right for this.
Yeah, that's not for you.
So, the opening shot, I assume is like the rooftop from The Room. It's very, it's like you guys really captured that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this right away.
So when we were designing that scenario, that set, because we wanted all the film to be like like for real. We want things to be built. We didn't want like CGI or whatever. So we want the pianos to fall and break. We wanted the figures to break, and we wanted the scenario, the sets and the scenarios to be like you can tell that's
there's weight there.
Yeah. So when we wanted to do this rooftop, and we wanted all the skyline to be like a printing, so I don't know why we were designing it, and it was like, oh, maybe that's like the rooftop from The Room. It could fit here, huh? And then it's just another joke.
I was actually, because in that scene, I did think they were paintings. There's a couple times I thought the rooftops almost looked like models. So are they models at any time, or are they always like paintings? The background scenes.
The background is all like printed, like a printed montage photograph. But there's also 2 or 3 corpses, like 2 or 3 buildings made of cardboard,
like a chimney, I think, or
yeah, like some elements to get some perspective, I guess.
Yeah, it's really fun, even just to watch visually. It is a good time. Yeah. So you mentioned being having real stuff. So the opening scene, they're on the roof. I'm not gonna give the whole movie away. Just a minute here, and you see the big fall at the mannequin, which is very fun. And then when the first shatter is like on the car, and I was like, oh, I think that I don't think that was CG. It looked like a lot of weight there. So what was it like to film that? And I assume you only have one take to get that right.
We had 2 actually.
Oh, okay.
We, as Nando said before, like we wanted every effect in the movie like being for real. And the thing is, when we were planning the scene, they told us like, okay, but we have only one shot, and we thought like, yeah, but we want to do like plenty of shots of that collision. And then they give us 2 cameras and one fall of the dummy.
Like the figure.
The figure, yeah. And we said no, we have to do more of that. And instead, we make an agreement with the assistant director, like we will cut 1 day of shooting in order to get two dolls and then more cameras to shoot that, because for us it was like really important throwing pianos and throwing those puppets from a crane, which was like a kind of a personal failure or something like that.
Because everything in the film was, can we afford this? And the production company, they were like, no, we cannot. So we tried to make things happen. And then like the DOP said, okay, I have one 60 millimeters camera. We can put it too. So no one has to pay for that. And so we could have 3 cameras to get the falling guy. And then the AD said like, okay, I'm getting rid of my car. Maybe we can use my car. So we can pay for a car. So it was his car, and they only changed like the roof. So it was like they could put another roof.
Oh, okay, that's what I was wondering. Did you get 2 like identical cars? But okay, so you just fixed the roof a little bit.
Yeah, and there were like no windows, so they could. I think the windows are CGI.
Yeah, they added like a little
shimmery effect.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. It was really fun to shoot because there's nothing you usually can do. No? Like the same with the pianos, getting the pianos on cranes in the middle of Madrid and just throwing them. That was awesome.
I imagine it would be. How many pianos did you go through?
I think 5.
Yeah, there was 2
scenes. 2 and 1.
Yeah,
because there's 2 tries for the first one, 2 tries for the second one, but no, for the last one. But the one that I don't want to say a lot of the movie, but the one that's inside the building, as it fully destroyed the set, so we had 1 chance.
And did you buy those, or did someone else, like the guy had the extra cards, like, oh, you guys can use my piano?
No, I think they borrowed it. Yeah. Like someone was trying to get rid of this old piano that they found in the house, and we say, okay, this is a chance.
It's a strange thing if you look online. There's a lot of pianos for free.
Oh, yeah, because they're so bulky, they just probably just want someone to take them away.
I think it's more expensive to get rid of than just give it away.
Yes, well, that's good advice out there if someone wants to make a movie with a falling piano in it. So the lead of the movie, Juan Braze F.A., had you worked with him before? He's very funny in the movie.
I think with Bryce, it's the first time we worked with him. We were really fans of his work, and when we were trying to think about a character who could perform this main role, we always wanted someone who wasn't physically and also with his background not regular, like a regular hero, because the character is obviously not a regular hero. And it was our first time with him, and we are really happy about the result.
Yeah, because it's important for us in the movie to break patterns, and we didn't want like the same bodies as you always see. We didn't want like the same sexualities, or I don't know or gender roles. I don't know in English if that words are like the same in Spanish, but we want to break with maybe the main character, he's a bit feminine or not that masculine, and just trying to make things not canonical, or I don't know if that's a word.
And I think it makes it relatable. He seems like an everyman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so it was fun to do, not just with him, but with everyone. No, you can also see Javier Botet. No, he has a strange body and full of scars and whatever, but we just decided to put him on underwear.
Yeah, and you never bring it up. He just happens to be playing that character.
Yeah.
And I've had Javier on my show. He's a really good guy. He's talking about all his horror movies and stuff. And he's even said on the show that people think he's CG in a lot of his movies, but it's really him. So I was really happy to see him, just being a character in the movie, because he's a very funny guy and a nice guy and a good actor.
Yeah, totally. He's a close friend of us, and I think he's been in all our movies. No?
Yeah.
He was the main character in the last film we did.
I need to check that out, honestly. This is my first movie I've seen of you guys, which makes me want to watch your other stuff, because it's very funny to me, and I think it would be stuff I'd like. Where can people find those?
In Spain, they are all in filming this platform. I don't know outside where you can see them. We'll have to look for that
Yeah.
if there's a plan.
I think the fastest way is just send you a link. but,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or maybe Pirate Buy or something like that.
I like
you
that you're
look
actually supporting
for
that.
the Lizard Queen.
Yeah.
Our last movie is the Lizard Queen. La Reina
Yeah, I
Blanca.
saw the poster. I was very interested. The poster is really cool.
I
I'm
guess
really
if you text it online, you can. There must be a way to see it.
All right. I should have mentioned right away that beginning today, the Golem Affair is in theaters, and it's playing at Alamo Draft Houses and whatnot. So, what was the experience like watching your movie for the first time with an audience?
I think our first time was in the Malaga Festival in Spain, and we were really nervous because we didn't know. Well, we invested like lots of years in this movie, like because we wrote it in 2016 or something like that, and until we found the budget to make it. So we were really excited. We were really nervous, and I think it was pretty good. You could assume that someone was like a little bit
Angry or mad.
and other people was really happy. But yeah, it's the kind of movie that it's not for everyone. So you just have to make your peace with that.
But I assume it plays well at festivals because that's an audience that are into some weird and bizarre stuff.
Yeah, the cool thing about screening on festivals is normally people are there for they want to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. And when you premiere on theaters, it's another thing because
it's a wider audience,
and they don't know what they're going to see, and it's also fun. But it was cool to screen it on Austin, Texas, and the Fantastic Fest. Because that's the kind of festival where people know what they are gonna see and what they want, so you can enjoy it a lot, to see how they laugh, how they clap, and how they turn crazy. I think or in Sitges that we didn't screen in Sitges, but we'd love to.
What would you say the benefits are of having your movie play festivals and attend those festivals?
Well, I think in this kind of films, like are not like canonical or regular films. Like, you don't used to see this aesthetics and this plot and how we develop the plot, because normally this film will be really different if another director will make the story. And I think the festivals are important because you get to know different audiences, you can travel to different countries because the comedy, the humor that we use is not like the regular humor in Spain, but in other countries you just see that people react different to this kind of humor, and maybe you find another spot. You also make contact with another filmmakers and another members of the industry, and I think it's really like nutritional for us as filmmakers, like knowing another audiences, and for the movie it's good to travel, and you never know where it can be like the best country where your movie works.
You said it's not the typical comedy that you see in Spain. So what were some of you guys' influences just making films in the comedy?
I think there's a lot of influences, like different influences, but I think you can see like some Almodovar in the film, and you also can see some Wes Anderson in the film, but you also can see I don't know.
One of the main reference for this movie at the beginning, maybe not at the end, was Burn After Reading of the Coen brothers.
I actually wrote Coen brothers in my notes. I think it kind of feels like, not exactly like that, but it feels like in that kind of world.
We love Coen brothers and the way they twist reality, and they the mood. And there's also like a big reference Under the Silver Lake, because we love that movie and the way that it travels. And there's also some Big Lebowski there, like in how things happen. But I guess it's a lot of mashup of different things, and trying not to do things as people like we're tired of seeing the same film and every time is. I mean,
And
nowadays,
this is very original for anyone out there. It's a really very unique movie. It's not anything you have seen before.
It's good for some things and bad for other things. Yeah.
Which is good for me. If you've got an audience here, what's the name Burnin Percebes? What does that mean? And what's the origin?
I guess in English it's burning barnacles, and
Okay.
just we know each other since we were like 14,
Yeah.
and we used to like we studied together in school, and we used to make like fun scenes, fun scenes, or like comic books, and
Yeah.
and we just are called like Fernando Martínez Fernandez and Juan González Gutierrez. That's like being called John Smith, and
All right.
so we tried to come up with a funny name for those texts, and we were young, and we said, okay, Born in Percebes, that sounds funny. And now we are like 34 years old, and nobody trusts in us because we have this silly name, and we cannot get rid of that.
Yeah, like a barnacle, it sticks to you and you can't get rid of it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a fitting name. So so you're finding all these different piano stuff, but when you're actually writing the script, do you think like, well, how are we going to do all this? How are we going to have pianos fall? And like, just like, did anyone say like, this is like, not like, this is going to be too hard to film? Or
We weren't thinking anything when we were writing it. Like
right.
we thought we're gonna have millions for making this film.
Mm-hmm.
We thought that, well, we can throw any piano that we want. And when we were writing it, we weren't thinking about that. When the production company started the production of the film, then that was probably the first moment when someone said, okay, but what are we gonna do about the pianos? It's gonna be CGI for sure, right? And we said no. And then the problems started with the budget of the film.
It was really fun to have those first meetings when the film was funded. Yeah, when the money was there and the meetings began, and they were like, okay, so here says like the blood splatters in his face. So what do you mean with that? And we were like, oh, maybe we can get a bucket of blood and just throw it to the face. And they were like, oh, but like, I mean.
If you want a real splash, there's this machine gun who's.
And we were like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about reality. This is fun. And then the next meeting was, okay, do you want the character to get hard, and how would we see that? And was, oh, maybe we can inflate his underwear or something like that. And this FX guy was like, oh, I think we can make like a kind of a condom and just blow air inside with this bicycle thing. I don't know. It was like really, really fun meetings.
Yeah, that's a movie in itself, I think.
Yeah.
So the fantastic Golem Affair is in theaters today. Go see it. It's really fun. I honestly loved it. Not just because you guys are here. And where can people follow you to see what you guys are up to?
You can follow us in Instagram. We're Burnin Percebes in Instagram. I think it's the main place to see.
Yeah.
And you can always insult us on Letterboxd or whatever.
All right, that's where I'm going next. All right, thanks, guys. Honestly, I love the movie. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.